So our topic is leadership in digital transformation in the backdrop of the Hans Grohe use case. So, but first, when we start, we need to think about, so what does digital transformation actually mean? Well, going digital is one of the themes of the fourth industrial revolution. So it's not a trend, it's really a revolution. It means a shift from the physical to the non-physical world, from where hardware was the main product to where it becomes the platform for a variety of digital products. So mere function is not enough. It's really about dematerialization and the experience economy, which are the future. And there we focus on offering users an all-encompassing experience to satisfy our needs every time and everywhere. So my colleagues will now discuss how IP design can be utilized as a leadership instrument to enable the shift within a company, and how in our case study of Hans Grohe, a company known for manufacturing of showering and bathroom devices becomes a more digital business.
Thank you, Astrid. So as you said, digital transformation, not only a trend, here is a revolution. And IP design is a method that allows the decision maker from a customer point of view to identify the business core element, and so also to protect this element by IP. It can be seen really as a leadership tool. And through opportunities identified in digital complexity, we can understand that we have four, let's say, bases on which we can observe customer-focused thinking. So we put the human at the heart of product development, and we strive to make every part of the business better for him, better for the human, better for the user or the customer. The second point is thinking in business model. So the core element of the business model from the customer point of view are they're reimagined. They are expanding to a business horizon. So you go broader, and you can imagine use cases that illustrate more and more the features and the capability of the product, and more developing the customer journey through your solutions. The third point is about overcoming silo thinking, because in today's face-based business world, we have innovation and silo boosting that are inextricably connected. That means that companies, organizations need transparency in the way they work. They need to increase collaboration across the company in its all, and through all the level of the company, but also beyond company borders. So with partnership and with what we have created of link with the customers. And the fourth part is about the thinking faster and most agile. And the group one has a lot developed the agile method around the IP design. So the thinking is to say faster access to wider knowledge, to help get stuff done. And by designing on demand what the customer is expecting, it shortens somewhere the product development time frame. And we are going to build a rapid prototype and very shorten the brainstorm to go proactively to the results. And now I'm going to let Adrienne follow the idea about the sorry, IP design.
Okay, thank you, Aurélie. So how to implement this IP design and use it as a leadership instrument. Within this slide, you will see, as usual, on the left part, the resource perspective aspect, on the right part, the market perspective aspect. On regarding the resource perspective, one task handling by the IP mainly will be the minimization of the risk related to IP, especially regarding infringement of third party, for example, infringement of patent related to Wi-Fi or 5G or any other mean of communication between the different aspects of this new products. Maybe we can try to seek to obtain licenses. From another aspect in the left bottom part, you will have the suppression of any imitation on this will be realized by IP on LED. On the aim will be to using IP to prevent competitor products with similar customer benefits. Especially, for example, the connection between the shower and the app or the different media servers, the different components, the use of the button that will be used in the final product. For the white part on this slide, we will try to determine how to obtain a price premium. And it will be realized thanks to a variety of teams, IP, LED, marketing, and product management. And the aim will be to determine the core elements by integrating all the different aspects using IP design, using from a customer perspective to determine what customer benefits, what are the key customer benefits, and what is the roadmap for further customer benefits on how to protect these customer benefits. Thinking so about an exclusification or prohibition on any third party using or realizing these key customer benefits. And don't think only on patents, but on other aspects of IP. To realize this task, the leadership need to ask themselves different questions, like how can the given goal can be achieved by the company, what measures are necessary for this, and what support do employee needs for this. And there is not only one answer to this, but several, and it will mainly depend on the maturity and seniority of the team.
Thank you, Adrian. Now we have to focus on the 5 tasks or 5 steps that take place into the digital leadership. Now, having a look at the drive of the change, it's important to communicate this change to the team, lead the team through this change, give them the new vision of the revolution for the business, and communicate this digitalization as an opportunity. And this will help to keep the employees motivated through all this journey. Then when we look at the recognized performance, we need to establish some kind of workflows by structuring interdisciplinary work between the team members. This can be done by combination of tasks or duties that can also motivate and stimulate the team members. And using feedback, as the feedback is very important for having fast feedback is very important for orienting and controlling the whole change. And this will help like in controlling and giving direction to the whole change. Then we have to have a look to the promoting of the cooperation. And this is done as well by this kind of interdisciplinary teams that at the end will use several digital tools for evaluating big data and monitoring all the digital environment that will help on giving more perspective on a big picture of all the situation and the change. Then we step to the development of the employees, and this here it has a very importance in communication as well as we don't have to focus on the product development on a first step, but on the goal, and communicating the goal for starting the design process will allow the team to be more proactive and also will help in terms of motivation of the team members, and they will start with the product development. This will promote high speed of innovation and change. And then as a final step, we have to focus on give orientation to the whole change, and this is part of listening to the whole team members what they have to say, sharing their ideas, and then starting kind of a funnel by identifying which ideas are the most suitable for the case or most valuable options that we have to take in possibilities. And then these possibilities will help, like at the end, the whole process for market entry and positioning, for instance. Then I will lead to my colleague who will proceed with the presentation.
Thank you, Ricardo. In a company, we have two permanent organizations. The first one is the hierarchical structure that is static and defines jurisdiction and organizational units. So in this structure, the formal line of reporting relationships include lines of authority, decision responsibility, and hierarchical levels. In the second one, organization, we have a process organization with set of formal tasks assigned to individuals and departments, and these tasks are repeatable and well-known. So Martin will now explain you the differences of these two organizations with project team organization.
So thank you, Audrey. So from these two, let's say, static organization, there is also one which is dynamic, which is the project team, the tertiary organization. And this organization is suited in a kind of a task force, if we want to take an image. And in this case, there is some different people from different areas of the company to from different jobs, from different departments that are gathered together in order to achieve in a certain time frame a certain objective. And therefore, for this objective, they have a frame given also with resources and rules somehow. So this kind of third organization is specifically suited for complex and uncertain projects, as we have seen before with the group one and also with the beginning of this presentation for digital project and agile project. Why digital project? Because they are it's a matter of different parts of the business in the company, and therefore it's really helpful to have person from different horizons that meet together for accordingly also with the design thinking principle we have seen before. One last point to discuss on this project team organization is that it's also helpful to have a transversal function that will help to bring the people that needs to exchange together and that needs to build something together on the same level of information, and also with recognition toward third parties in or out of the company. So with this kind of temporarily organized team, it's an alternative of what exists with the primary and secondary organization. It's not something that we should do only one way or the other. It's something that is complementary. And in our case, it's particularly suited for digitalization projects and rather complex project, let's say. So we will now continue with the project team structure.
Okay, so increasingly to be competitive and to maintain competitive position, organization, as we've seen, has not only to develop a responsive structure, but it must also have in place a system that is focused on resolving the needs and problems of people and providing creative solutions and getting to market as quickly as possible. And design thinking is the relevant approach. And to summarize, this is based on being able to stand in the shoes of the users, to empathize, to define the problem, to engage in ideation, prototyping, and testing. But there's also a need to evolve and to consider the role of IP. And in this case, to move from design thinking to IP design, where you consider the overlap of the customer, marketability, and technology with innovation. And to successfully engage in design thinking and IP design, this is where the team approach is especially valuable. I'll turn you over now to Vijay to explain more.
Thanks, Erika. So Rainfinity is not only about the showering, rather it moves away from the personal hygiene to the mental fitness, meditation, or short break during the stressful life of every day. Thus, it is important to understand and empathize the customer need. Nowadays, customer is looking for me time and not only the showering time. And to provide this kind of product, traditional team structure cannot work. And it requires experts from all the field, such as technical experts, non-technical experts, and scientific experts. The input from the fitness experts, such as water force, temperature of water, spray characteristics, etc., can be important to define the customer's experience. These kind of inputs can be provided by the sports medicine specialist or physiotherapist. It is well known that the sound, light, and aroma can influence the mood of the person, and it can help in mental fitness. Thus, the opinion from the aromatherapist or maybe the sound designer, the kind of sound you are utilizing at the time of taking the shower can be important. And those kind of parameters can be included during the product development. When it comes to the customer of using the showering app, well-defined, user-friendly app is required, which can be developed by the application designer. Based on the mood, the customer can easily switch the showering experience, such as morning saga, recreation, relaxation, romance, nature, etc. And it should be easily accessible and can be easily understood by the customer. Thank you.